It's the afternoon on the 19th of August, 2013. And during the day I found a website by some Minnesota Atheist group, and the title of the article was Genuine Atheists and Illegitimate Christians Support Gay Rights. And the main thrust of the article was about gay marriage. There's different types of gay rights, the right to an apartment, the right to work. Those I agree with, should be supported. Right to marriage, I'm not too sure about. And I think, if you're a free thinker, you should be willing to accept additional data points, and maybe you might change your opinion if you have a sufficient number of data points that enter into your brain. So, that's what happened to me. Data point after data point coming in, I changed my opinion. Found out the opinion's a little bit unpopular with people who have adopted atheism as their new religion. And by religion, maybe we should call religion a meme set backed up by dogmas, heresy trials, and witch hunts. A religion, let's say this, a meme set backed up by dogmas, witch hunts, heresy trials, and excommunication trials. How about that? How's that for a definition of a religion? I mean, there's other more nice definitions you could include, a social support system, but most religions have belief maintenance. Belief maintenance is where you have a set of elders. They make their declarations, and you follow the declarations. But if you don't, then they'll say, well, hey, you're not a true such and such. And an atheist, now the atheism version of religion, they have an activity, like there are legitimate activities that could be called debunking, but they'll also use the debunk term toward other views that they just don't agree with, that may nevertheless be legitimate. Okay. Oh, we'll debunk this and debunk that and debunk everything. How about go debunk yourself? How about that? Debunk off. Debunk yourself. How about that? Now, I think the Atheism Plus group may have come out of Minnesota, or at least that kind of mindset and ilk. And I think that asshole, P.Z. Myers, might be in Minnesota. P.Z. Myers. Atheism Plus, or maybe minus. Atheism triple minus. Anyway, life's a big journey. Sometimes you grow up in a cult, then you realize, hey, they were lying to me. Holy crap, what's up with that? No one likes to be lied to. So then you end up thinking, well, hey, everything that was in the little books must be incorrect. So these liars who lied to you about stuff, they kind of poison the well of natural built-in human morality. And sometimes you have to go on an Alice in Wonderland type journey to figure out what the real truth is, and spend a few years examining just what kind of crap goes on when you let it all hang out. when you spend your life posting near-naked pictures of yourself on Facebook to your gay friends, like my nephew does? What's the net result of that? What's that type of life? Huh? Or what's the result of the type of life where you grow up in Manti, Utah, you rebel, so much so that you go to San Francisco, California, with your family, your regular family, and you have kids. Then you get this liberal idea that says, oh, hey, whatever pops into my little brain, that means I should do it. Everything else be damned. So then you get AIDS and you die and you leave your family with no father. Now, I've mentioned this before, if you're a Mormon wife, maybe, and you find out your husband says, well, guess what, honey, I'm gay. Well, isn't that interesting? Well, anyway, you should have sympathy for the guy and empathy, and maybe you can meet him halfway by becoming a little bit less strict. Don't wear your garments at night during sexual activity. How about that? And don't treat him like he's an outcast if he doesn't believe the same stuff you do. You know? Anyway. So it's a complicated life when we have science showing that the lies of the past are not correct. You know, but on the other hand, that whole system may well be natural. Maybe people, it's a mimetic system which supports genetics. Mimetics and genetics intertwined and playing off each other. You know, if you have a certain mimetic thing that is increased through genetics, then the genetics can increase the mimetics, and anyway, like I say, they play off each other. So I think that's one reason why we have this situation where we have a set of memes that are backed up by dogmas, and then you have belief maintenance with heresy trials, and but the atheists, who've become the new ex-religionists, the new atheists, they've jumped into yet another religion, de facto religion, also known as a meme set backed up by dogmas and heresy trials. So how can we escape from the trap? Well, take a step back with care, but not so far. Don't step back so far that you lose sight of what it is to be human. And yes, there's a lot of good things that it is to be human, but there's some bad things that need to be kind of discouraged. And if you're not careful, you can get sucked into a trap. Not just on the right, but on the left. So, don't get sucked into any religion. Not on the right, not on the left. But there's some good aspects to being part of a social group, absolutely. If we could just get the religions to stop lying about their past and about their gods and about their Bibles. Is there some way we can do that, but not embrace the ultra-lefty agenda, the death cult of the left? You know, where's the middle ground? Where's the middle ground? Neither side seems to want us to be in the middle, you know. The ultra-religionists on the right don't want us because we might cause them to question their God. But hey, maybe this is an olive branch. Am I in the atheist camp? Well, some atheists may not say so. But maybe this kind of thought process is an olive branch to the people who are on the religious right. You know, hey, being human doesn't mean embracing a cult of death. I can agree with you on that. And I can see where you're coming from, where you say that there's a religion on the left too. You're right. You were right. And people just can't see it because sometimes they can't see the forest through the trees. They haven't taken a step back from their religion. They jump from your religion into their religion, and anyway, maybe when we step back from all religion and then examine the data points of what kind of life actually is fruitful and happy, it's hard work for an ex-religionist to take a step back from both sides. Well, hard work. So moving forward, where do we go? Well, go forward with being human. How about that? Human. I'm a human more than an atheist or a theist. I'm a human first. So I'm a truth advocate and a science advocate and an anti-dogma advocate. But we have to remember not to throw out the baby with the bathwater. That's what the liberals have done. They've thrown out the baby of built-in human morality, a lot of it, with the bathwater of their former religion. Okay? And I'm saying that as a guy who spent 26 years as a Mormon and who now doesn't believe in Mormonism. Yeah. At least I don't believe that there's a Mormon God. But, hey, after hooking up with someone who comes from a country where they don't know anything about the Book of Mormon or the Bible, and yet they seem to have all this morality going on. What's up with that? Where'd they get their morals from? Huh? Where'd they get their morals from if it wasn't from Joseph Smith or from Jesus? That's a good question, huh? I don't think it was. Anyway, saying it's from religion, that's too simplistic. Religion's a natural phenomenon, so they got it from just being human somehow. Memes and genes playing off each other and supporting each other. Maybe they found that certain stigmas for certain activities was a good thing for them. How about that? Can you question that, Mr. Anthropologist? Okay.